faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were looking up, he said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time.
Hello again, welcome back. So soon. You may have already seen Archie's first ever time over cross-country fences over at the wonderful Aylesford on their arena surface. Now today is in fact the day after. Busy boy, I know, but when I went to Team Jones and hired their show jumping arena, again in a previous vlog, it spurred me on to go and find some clear round show jumping. I've had the kid nearly a year and he jumped around the course there so well, and he jumped so well at Aylesford yesterday, although I had booked this prior to that, and Aylesford should have been 2 weeks previous, but I was poorly, the weather was really bad, so we postponed, hence why it's ended up 2 days in a row. Anyway, looking forward to it. It's a new venue for the pair of us, off to Pickering Grange. Don't know how I haven't heard of this before, because it's Leicestershire and it's about an hour away in a car, so I allow an extra 15-20 minutes in the horse box. But I'm really looking forward to a new venue for both him and myself. We are going to do just the 80. I'm not doing 70 with him. I don't think he needs a 70. We're just going to do the 80 twice. We've got our times and it's one after the other, so we'll go around and then just jump round again. There's not going to be loads there looking at the times, so hopefully the practice arena won't be too busy, but enough to get him gradually used to it. Obviously at the dressage the other week at Vale View, I popped into the show jumping warm up. There wasn't a lot going on, but it was enough. So yeah, step by step. But I'm going in about an hour's time. It has been raining and blown a gale. The sun has now come out. The rain was forecast to stop, and it has, and I'm hoping that wind's died down. It looks like it has, so fingers crossed, because it is outdoors. They've only just moved outdoors, so exciting. It's just, I feel quite confident in him. It's just the not knowing how he's going to cope with the practice arena and then going off and doing the show jumping, although he's fine when he does it at the dressage, so it shouldn't be any different, should it? So no, he's thriving at the minute. He's loving it. He went out today and I turned around and because I could hear something, and he was bobbing his bum and having a kick, so everything he did on his cross-country session hasn't affected him. Well, it has slightly mentally. He's full of it. But yeah, so yeah, we're off to Pickering Grange. I best go get him in because he's out at the minute, and get him cleaned up. So I'll see you in a bit. The good thing about clear round jumping, other than there being no pressure, is that I don't have to put show stuff on, which is marvellous. So I'll just be riding in my chaps and my jopper boots and the attire I've already got on. This is our new feed bit. Obviously we moved, didn't we? So that's my bedding. This one is Stacey's. This is Stacey's stuff. Mine's this side. And we have, just take you around here, we have this little corner bit here. Oh, we just got my rug rack and a cupboard and a tin with rugs in. So yeah, love it. It's nice to be out of the mud, I have to say. But yes, it's just trying to get myself used to where everything is now, and because I have to walk around, it's not next door to my stable like it was around the other side. So I'm a bit backwards and forwards at the minute, but I'll get the hang of it. Anyway, get some treats and go and get the boy in.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were looking up, he said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far.
having a good look. It looks bloody lovely. Sky doesn't, but anyway, let's get him ready and get going. Okay, so he's a little bit on his toes. There's a little bit more going on here, but we will see how we get on. I'm all ready, so let's go see what happens. Archie, stand! Oh my God!
Got that for the blooper reel.
Yeah. Just couldn't quite lift my body. Good start.
Can only get better.
Okay then, as I'm sure you can already hear, it was rather windy and he was a little bit on his tootsies. The wind, the horses jumping around him, obviously not something he was used to. There was the box park right next to the practice arena, and just across from there you can see some down at the bottom there actually, but to my right there were temporary stables and they were being used, so there were people coming and going with horses on the outside as well as everything to contend with in here, including that. Now the other horse spooked, which set him off, and I'm the one that got the look. But yeah, that wound him up even more for me nicely. I do need to put the green ribbon in his tail, if I'm honest, just to let people know he is a baby. There we are, spooking again. But yeah, this is something he's going to have to get used to. A bit different to a dressage arena, that's for sure. Well, dressage practice arena, I should say. This is just to prove that we do go on the other rein, and he was still wired. Look at him up on his toes, and obviously horses coming at him. He used to completely freak out at that, but he is getting better, but I can feel him tense up, so I just steadied him up and was like, it's alright mate. But yeah, it's a rather choppy up and down trot we have going on at the moment. Now, I just felt him backing off a bit there. He can be a little bit funny with the first fence you jump. Sometimes he will just come around and just go, what are we doing? And stop. And so, no, I wanted to make sure he went over first time. It didn't help that he was so spooky, and you can see he's getting, that was a little bit better. But that's my dad, you can see, in the black coat, and he comes and sorts fences out.
We're a little bit on our toes.
That was me just saying to Kenny that he was still a bit on his toes.
Hey!
I'm sure you'll agree, just watching him there, the kid's got quite a pop in him. I don't think height is ever going to be a problem for him. It's a case of just keeping him small at the minute and getting him confident and working out what to do with his legs. The practice arena was quite empty at this point. It was never really busy. It just had a horse that was a bit on its toes in there, as you saw, which wound him up a bit. But, oh, where's the cameraman going? He's on a boat. I think that was my dad. But yeah, it was nice to have the practice arena to myself a bit here, just to get him jumping and try and just chill him out a little bit. Okay, round one, ding ding. Archie's first time ever in a proper jumping arena where he's not schooling. I'm going to be honest, didn't know what to expect. Wasn't quite expecting what happens next, won't lie, but you're heading towards the practice arena there and then you suddenly turn away and that happened. So I did let him stop and have a look. It was just poles. It was nothing exciting. And then, yeah. So he did get a smacked bottom there. Don't worry, it's just a baton. It's not like a whip thingy. He was growled at and told, come on, no, that's not on. There was no need for that stop. And then he comes and jumps it lovely. But he was just a little bit... trying to think of the word. Still a bit on his toes and preoccupied by everything else. See, coming around there, he was more looking at the practice arena, which was right next to the arena. And I remember coming to those pink ones thinking, they look a little bit bigger, mate. So come on, please lock on to these as we're coming round. But the more we went round the course, the more he seemed to settle. This was a horrible line. I don't think I got this right ever. Lost my reins. Good boy though for keep going and sorting it out. That's what it's all about. First one done. Good boy. Okay, so I had a little walk and then it was straight into round 2. I was a little bit backwards coming into that. I think I gave myself too much of a run up. I did the 80 twice, so it was quite nice. So he jumped the course as it was the first time, which was lovely. So it just filled him with confidence, and I could feel it in this round. He just felt so much more confident about what he was doing. He kind of got the assignment, knew why he was there, and was locking on to the fences rather than looking out of the window, as my friend Shelley says. Head on a swivel. But no, he actually focused in this round, and I was pretty chuffed with him.
Oh, well done.
Hey.
One more.
Peekaboo! What's this? Archie! Yum yums! He's my clever boy! Sun's come out now. How pleased am I with him? He's just had a stud muffin. We're going to go home now. So we'll speak to you when we get back. That's us back. Excuse my eye. It's been itching and it's caused me to sneeze, etc. You know how it is when you get an allergic reaction to something or an allergy. That's me at the minute, having driven home. Oh, quite a journey. It's A14M1, although it didn't take us that way. It took us all around the houses to sat nav. But until you've been somewhere, you never know, do you? So I was like, I'm sure I can go A14M1, but never mind. We did on the way back. Really pleased. It was a lot for him to take in. There was lots going on. There was people in the stables opposite. Obviously the box park was right next to the collecting arena. horse. There was one horse that was quite spooky and spun round and made him spin round. Yeah, just lots for him to be on his toes about, and he was on his toes. But he went into the arena and he was quite a good boy. And then I come round to the second fence in the first round, and I did that. It's heading towards the collecting ring, and I'm turning him. I did that classic, opened the right rein, not enough outside leg, and I think his bum was still swinging round as we got to the fence, hence the stop. Come round to do it again, stopped again. Now it was only a normal parallel, no fillers, anything like that. So I growled at him, then he come round, jumped it, and then had the next one down. And then he started to get a bit into his rhythm. Although we come round to the pink one, number 5, which was right next to the collecting arena, and I could feel he was watching that rather than the fence. And I'm like, mate, please pay attention. But we got over it, and then he jumped the rest quite nicely. Helped me out at number 7. Striding was a bit, because we got a bit long and flat after the double, and it suddenly sort of came up. And then, of course, I'd paid for 2 rounds, so we went round straight away again. And the kid got us a clear round, his first ever clear round. So he has ended his 4-year-old years, because it's his last day of being 4, with his first ever clear round show jumping, round an 80. So I'm so proud, and I'm so pleased that I did 2 80s and I didn't try to go up or anything. That was fine, and I will try and find another couple to do just the same somewhere else as well. But yeah, wasn't he a good boy? He did feel very babyish, but this is the next stage for him now, is to be going out, doing some clear round jumping, getting used to that practice arena. It's been in the pipeline, we need to do it. He does it with dressage. Luckily it wasn't overly busy there today, so no, a nice introduction to that world, if you like. So yeah, more of that. Anyway, we're out at dressage on Saturday at Valeview, so we'll see you again then. But for now, bye, because I've got to put him to bed and go and get my dinner.